Cue the music, let's go. I'm your boy Ro, managing editor for the new OBB Legend. Come check us out if you haven't. And this is X's and Ro, the series where you ask the questions and we provide the answers. Coming in strong, first question is Steve Thompson on Twitter. Been following you for a while, my guy. Thanks for the question. How come Jake was able to spread the ball around to more wide receivers compared to Tyler? Was that a game plan or other? When you have running backs go off to the tune of more than 300 yards rushing, and then essentially you have 7 touchdowns on the ground, I think that was the byproduct of everything and why you probably felt that Tyler wasn't asked to spread the ball around. I have some examples to show you that Jake and, in fact, Tyler were asked to do similar things. Sometimes you just got to go with the ebbs and flows of the game and take what the defense gives you. So Exhibit A right here, this is actually spread out, Steve. This is an ace gun 2x2 look. So no tight ends on the field. Tyler's going to throw an immaculate ball here to Frank Latson, man's throw, because it's a wide side comeback. So even though that's like a 12-10, 14-12 comeback, you're throwing that ball like a good 25, 30 yards in the air when you're on the other side of the field. So spread out concept. Tyler could have did this the whole time. But I think the game plan on the whole was this. Josh Gaddis is going to call plays more with condensation sets in mind. What do I mean by that? Here you go. Michael Redding's close to the formation. They're close. They're tighter. And then you have these avenues. Quick little play action game. When the running game gets going, the play action game gets going. So it doesn't seem like it's spread out, but it's just how you're trying to attack the defense. Now, let's go over to Jake Garcia, because Jake Garcia, it's the same formation, Steve. It's the exact same thing, except this isn't going to be a play action. This is going to be a handoff to Lucius Stanley. This guy just came into camp like a week ago. Transferred in from UAB, successful run here. Hey, got to shout out Jalen Rivers, too, who ended up being the ACC Offensive Lineman of the Week. So you add that all together. Running backs do well. 7 touchdowns on the ground, over 300 rush yards. You're setting up for subsequent weeks a great play-action attack. I think that's where we need to focus on. Thank you for the question. So this question comes in from a beast. Brian the Beast London. Would love a great breakdown of what allowed the quarterback to break loose multiple times. I think I have that answered question. But Beast, before we get to the breakdowns, let's see what Miami did good, in particular when they had a beast of their own. And that's Leonard Taylor. On a design quarterback run, the University of Miami were quite formidable. Here you will see it. They'll pull some offensive linemen. They're trying to get the numbers advantage back into the boundary. He's following the running back who's leading as a lead blocker. But Miami's beast on this play was Leonard Taylor. Even getting held, he goes ahead, disrupts, breaks this up in the backfield, tackle for loss. Great job. Now, here's where the breakdowns happen, not necessarily when a quarterback on design runs, on pass plays. I have 2 examples of when the University of Miami Hurricanes were in man coverage. And on the back end, you're going to see the man coverage transpire. Because at the snap of the ball, here you go, cornerbacks, now everybody's got back turns. That one middle linebacker beast, now he's running with the running back. So when you have the secondary where their backs turn, the onus becomes on the defensive line. And right here, this is where I feel the breakdown happens. You look like you're in a prime position right now to kind of corral and bottle up the quarterback. Everybody on the back end's in man coverage. You know they're not helping out. And then when you get sucked in just a little bit too much, that's when the quarterback gets around. That's when this play happens. Like I said, the secondary, all their backs return, easy run. Now I'm going to have another example of the same thing happening. Once again, the University of Miami in man coverage with a mobile quarterback. Here you go. Backs are going to be turned. Corey flags the middle linebacker. Watch what he does, Beast. He's immediately running with the running back on a swing route. Now, once again, everybody in man coverage, backs are turned. And then when you had James Williams in the defensive end kind of hit the same gap and pinch inside, what happened? Same thing that happened on the last play. Now the quarterback has an easy avenue on the outside, extends the change on 3rd and 6. I think if Miami's going to be in man coverage, the guys on the front end who are asked to pressure the quarterback just have to keep that in mind. Don't let the guy get outside of you. That was 2 examples of the running quarterback running free. This question is coming in from Cuddy Ebag at Andrew P79205618. That's a lot of numbers, my friend. Can you compare pistol and RPO running game advantages, disadvantages, Gaddis versus Lashley, and dropbacks to pass with TVD, which utilizes his talent better? Thanks. That is a great question. Had to put my thinking cap on and go back into the vault, but I got you. Let's talk about the pistol RPO running game advantages, disadvantages, and one kind of jumped out to me. Now, this is against Bethune-Cookman, and this is Tyler Van Dyke in the pistol. Now, you have a run strength. Okay, it's set because here's your tight end. He's on this side of the field. You have a pass strength over here to this side of the field. Now, I always liked this advantage about the pistol, that the quarterback, you don't know which way he's going to open up in terms of if you wanted to run a zone read. Now, this isn't going to be a zone read, but now Tyler, the defense doesn't know. He's going to open up this way. The running back now takes the ball on this side of the quarterback. Tyler's going to go ahead and run his play fake in this direction. He's got athletic ability. I'm not saying he's not mobile. The reality is when you have a running quarterback, that's going to pay dividends. And here you go. Smash mouth, downhill, Henry Parrish, bang. Now, I'm going to go to Miami versus Clemson because this is not in the pistol. Now, what happens, you have the running back right of D'Eriq King in this game. This is 2020 versus Clemson. And Clemson kind of plays a tendency and stacks that side, anticipating this play. What is it? The quarterback zone read. Well, he's on that side. He's got to open up in one direction only. And Clemson knew it, and they swallow up D'Eriq King in the backfield for tackles for loss, and that's how the game started. So that's kind of an advantage, disadvantage thing, RPO running game thing. Hopefully that answered your question. Now let's look at the passing game and a drop back in which it puts Tyler in a better advantageous spot. That's right here. Play action game. You run the ball that effectively, you're going to go ahead and play action. You ask Tyler to show off his arm, you put him in a gun 5. Here it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You sucked up linebackers, and then you let the kid just surgically throw the ball downfield to his roommate. And there's Xavier Restrepo. What a brilliant ball. You ask for an example that accentuates his strength. There it is. Hopefully I answered your question. That was fun. Hey, Coasty. He slid into my DMs for this question. I applaud the effort. Question. How many formations do you anticipate Gaddis running as the season goes on with all 3 tight ends on the field at once? Mallory, Arroyo, and Skinner. 13 set, you don't say. We are seeing it with Uga, and I'm wondering if Gaddis has shown a willingness in the past to run trip tight ends at Michigan. Thanks. Now, I don't have an example of it in the Bethune-Cookman game, but how easy is it, and do I anticipate it? I do, because inside the red zone, and this is not the red zone, so you're going to have to play along with me, but here are 2 tight ends, and I know it's not Arroyo and Mallory, but it's Arroyo and Mammarelli, who I felt Dominic Mammarelli did a great job as a blocking tight end. On this play is no different. Now, you can easily take Jaleel Skinner and implant him here with his height inside the red zone. Now you have 3 big bodies. Are we going to see 13 set this year? Sure, I think it's going to happen. I think you just got to go ahead and play it in parts. When does it give you the advantage? Obviously, having Jaleel's tall frame inside the red zone to go ahead and catch passes, that could be the opportunity. And then, again, let's highlight and accentuate Dominic Mammarelli here, because the guy's going to come across the formation here and, boom, help seal off on this side. And this allowed Henry Parrish to go off. This was a great run. So you don't even need those 3 as a pairing. You don't need Arroyo, Mallory, and Jaleel Skinner. Khalil Brantley came into the game. You have about 5 tight ends who saw action. University of Miami favored the 12 set a lot. Very easy, very, very easy to go ahead and get the 13 set on the field. And this is the last question of the evening, and it's coming in from Jason Maxwell on Twitter at Gatapang. Very simple question. Is that return game legit? I love it. On Saturday, Jason, it looked the part. It really did. And a couple things that I want to highlight and accentuate. First, the Mario Cristobal era, I think we knew was going to be more physical. But maybe in the trenches, we knew that his background as an offensive line coach was going to permeate that room. But I think wholesale, it's affecting everything. Because the kick return team, well, they're physical at the point of attack, and they're tenacious. Right here, there's a couple blocks that I really like. It's this one right here, and it's this one right here. Because they're sealing it off. There's the seal block. It has an intentions. It's going to go ahead and push that kickoff specialist that way. And this one's going to seal off this way. And that's what allowed the lane to occur. And then you add Xavier Restrepo, like a little fullback with big bad intentions. He's going to lead the way. And you just see the tenacious feature of this kick return team. They are relentless. They're all over guys. They don't want to let go. Look at Xavier Restrepo's lead block. That's intentional. When you're going to be more physical at the point of attack, big plays like this. It was a 72-yard return by Keyshawn Smith. Now I just want to go ahead and back this up because we got to appreciate Keyshawn Smith's speed. When I was in my seats, Jason, that was the thing that jumped out immediately. He had some foot juice. I remember the Duke Johnson days. I felt he was electric in the return game, and this, to me, was no different. Keyshawn, he sees the hole, and he's got the speed to get through it. I don't think this is an anomaly. I know Bethune-Cookman is an FCS squad. I think other teams are going to defend it maybe a little bit better than Bethune-Cookman, but I think we're silly to think that's the last big return that the University of Miami Hurricanes have. I'm your boy Ro, managing editor for the new OBB Legend. Please check us out. As always, stay dangerous